What up, my peeps? What's going on? Welcome to episode 5 of Tully's Take. So, on this episode, we will be having struggling Giants fan Josh Harp on to go over each Giants draft pick with me. We're going to break it down, give it our grades, including the Daniel Jones pick. We're going to talk a little bit of NBA playoffs to start the show, and kind of just, we'll keep it a nice short little episode like that. So, without further ado, let's go to the Eastern Conference Playoffs Round 2, and they've lived up to every bit of hype I was expecting.
As long as I've known, people have been telling me I should have my own podcast because I have probably way too much sports knowledge for my own good. And I'm always talking about it and telling people about these ridiculous stats, this and that. So they were like, people were just like, you should do a podcast, And I started blogging because I did an internship doing it and I really liked it. And I just enjoy I don't know, it's a good way to vent out all this sports knowledge instead of just leaving it all cooped up in my head. I get to type it out and get it out. So then I started podcasting because I'm a better talker than writer. So basically a lot of people just told me I should. So I'm like, wow, if this many people want me to, I probably should, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
I don't get him.
It's amazing because the regular season he's really good, but the playoffs, I guess I don't know what it is. He shies away from the moment. There's other guys that go after it, and he's one that just shies away. He can't handle it.
Yeah, I think he's just he has weaknesses and they get exploited. That's what the playoffs does, They go after your weaknesses. So, who do you think wins Game 7?
I think the home court kind of decided it here, so I'm going to roll with Toronto. I think the home crowd gets behind them. They lock in defensively because now they both have that same desperation. It comes down to one game, and like I said earlier, they do have the best player in the series. So yeah. I'm going to roll with the Raptors.
Yeah, this is now my full-time position. For a while, I was working a second job just to, make up for the revenue I wasn't making. But luckily, as of late, my, traffic is going up. And with that, I need to produce more content, so I have to dedicate more time. So being able to actually make money to live off this website is a dream come true in itself, but I want to keep it growing. The biggest issue I run into with podcasting is really just finding the time. It doesn't seem like it would take that long just to record a 20-minute episode, and sometimes it only takes about half an hour, but it depends. If I have to coordinate interviews with people, it's finding a time we can both talk on the phone, trying to make sure that quality is as good as possible, cutting that down, going through those answers. It's probably the hardest part is time management. Everything else is pretty easy, writing descriptions, putting pictures, spreading it is, that's the easy stuff. But yeah, finding the time to record it all and trying to every time step it up and give a better product is just, that's the part I find the hardest, but it's something you love to do, you make the time for it.